mind you. A mother's home is supposed to mean protection, rest, and a chance to start over. For one young woman in Milwaukee, it was where she believed she could finally breathe again and focus on her children and her future. Instead, that sense of safety unraveled in silence, behind a closed bedroom door, until a mother's instincts told her something was terribly wrong. This is the story of Gladys Johnson. Gladys Johnson was 22 years old and living with her mother in Milwaukee. She was a young woman trying to rebuild her life one step at a time, focused on staying safe and doing what was best for her children. She was the mother of a 3-year-old daughter and was 5 months pregnant with a baby boy. Her family said she had moved back home to escape a relationship that had become unsafe after her ex-boyfriend, the father of her children, tried to choke her and made it clear she needed to leave. Being back under her mother's roof gave her a sense of protection. It felt like a place where she could slow down, breathe, and focus on what mattered most, which was her children and her future. Those close to Gladys say she was quiet and soft-spoken, the kind of person who did not cause problems or draw attention to herself. She spent most of her time focused on being a mother. She had recently graduated from school and was talking about what she wanted to do next. She was excited about her pregnancy and had already begun preparing her daughter to become a big sister. For Gladys, this moment in her life felt like a turning point. On the day it all happened, her mother said she sensed early on that something was not right. As the hours went by, she realized she had not seen her daughter at all, which was out of character for Gladys. She knew Gladys had gone upstairs earlier into a bedroom with her ex-boyfriend, the father of her 3-year-old daughter and unborn child. At first, her mother assumed they were resting or spending time together and tried not to assume the worst. But as more time passed and the silence continued, the feeling that something was wrong grew stronger. She tried calling Gladys's phone. It rang, but there was no answer. She sent text messages, expecting at least a short reply. Nothing came back. She walked past the bedroom door several times, listening closely for voices, movement, or even the sound of a television. The house felt unusually quiet. As a mother, she stated that kind of silence does not feel normal. It is the kind of quiet that makes your chest tighten and your thoughts start racing. Eventually, she went upstairs and knocked on the bedroom door. She called Gladys by name and asked her to open it. When there was no response, she knocked again, louder this time. She stood there calling her daughter's phone, hoping she would hear it ring and come to the door. Still, nothing happened. That was when worry turned into fear. Her mother told her ex-boyfriend, who was inside the room with her daughter, that she was going to call the police if the door did not open. Instead of stepping aside, he stood in the doorway. He was yelling and cursing and would not let her pass him. She told him she needed to see her daughter and make sure everything was okay. She demanded that he move so she could check on Gladys. The situation quickly became frightening. She says he began throwing things and then pointed a gun at her. In that moment, she feared for her life. She backed away and ran downstairs.
This is the book of Ezekiel 9. You hoes, you bitches, you're gonna learn. You see, one way or the other, one way or the other, you're gonna learn. You see, this is fucked up, man. 2026, Heavenly Father putting you bitches to death. Believe that shit. You see, because of your stubbornness, your rebelliousness, very rebellious, disobedient. Did you see that shit? What'd she say? Her ex, her child's father. Believe that shit. You see? See? These niggas so fucking sensitive and emotional, man. But see, you know how the so-called black woman can't shut the fuck up. You see? She thinks she above us, man. She thinks she equal to us. She thinks she better than us. What the fuck? You see? You heard she said she went to school and this and that and blah, blah, blah and all this. Okay, fine, man. You see? I bet you she had a mouth. You know, you dig? You know what I mean? You see? You know what I'm talking about? I bet you she had a mouth from the South. You see? This so-called black woman, this nigger woman, she had crumb snatchers. And the child father put her bitch ass to death. I think he burnt her ass up. And she was pregnant. You see? Burnt her motherfucking ass up, man. And she was pregnant, man, if I'm not mistaken. You see? See? Yeah. Let's get some scriptures, man. Shut it down, man. You hoes, you bitches, you hoes gonna learn. You see? Heavenly Father gonna teach your bitch ass a lesson, man. You evil ass bitches. You hate the men of your nation. You don't want to serve us. You don't want to get under us, beneath us. What the fuck? You see? You think you above us. You could talk to us any type of way. You see? You only dig, you know what I mean? This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 9, Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, you see, go through the midst of the city. What city? The mother of harlots, motherfucker. Sodom of Egypt. You see, he was talking about a spirit, man. A death angel. You understand? You see? You on your dig? You know what I mean? You see? He was giving Ezekiel a heads up. What is to come? You see? And what's going to happen? Right now, man. You on your dig? You know what I mean? You see? See? Especially when the lights go out. You hoes in trouble. If you ain't got no man, you ain't serving no man, you bitches in trouble. You understand? You see? I say it again. If you ain't got no man, you ain't serving no man, you bitches in trouble. Think it's a game if you want to. Bitch, fuck you. You see? Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, you see? Go through the midst of the city. What city? The mother of harlots, daughter of Babylon, that never been touched, that will be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. What the fuck? Hypersonic ICBM missiles, they coming. Them flying fiery serpents. You see? You know what I mean? Through the midst of Jerusalem, see? Ooh, that's talking about niggas, motherfucking niggas. You and them evil ass crumb snatchers. See, you see, you Latinos, Negroes, and Native Seminole descent. You represent Jerusalem as a people. Believe that shit. You see, you know, through the midst of Jerusalem, you see, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. See, he said set a mark, which is exempt, being exempt. That's that mark. You see? Yeah, from the death and terror and destruction. You know, you dig, you know what I mean? Did you see that? Believe that. You see? And to the others, he said, in my hearing, you see, go ye after him through the city and smite. What? On the left-hand side. You see? Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Ooh. You see? See? And the only way you bitches gonna be saved and protected is coming under us, loving us. He said he ain't gonna spare your bitch ass. He ain't gonna spare your feelings, your emotions. You see? You stinking ass bitches think you above men. Your bitch ass gonna get fucked up with that way of thinking. You see? That's a fucked up mentality, man. Did you catch that? Did you see that? Believe that. You see? You know what I mean? The Heavenly Father said he ain't gonna show no pity, man. He told this death angel to smite you motherfuckers. You see? You know what I mean? Slay utterly, old and young. See? That go for your grandma, your granddaddy, them old ass, wacky tacky ass Christians sitting in the front row at them evil ass harlot houses. You see? Slay utterly, old and young. You see? Both maids. What the fuck is a maid? A young lady. You see? Both maids and little children. See, I told you them evil ass crumb snatchers. You see? Both maids and little children. You see? And women. He mentioned women twice. He said maids and women. Ooh, he ain't playing with you hoes. You see? You know what I mean? But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. You see? But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. See? Mark from what? Exempt. You know what I mean? You on your dig? You see? And began at my sanctuary. See, that's talking about niggas, bro. The 2/3. You see? You know what I mean? You see? Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. See what I'm talking about? See? So he gonna pour out his fury, bro, upon Jerusalem, man. His fiery, fierce anger. See? You see? Yes, man. The Heavenly Father ain't bullshit, man. You niggas gonna learn one way or the other. You understand? You see?
Shaking and terrified, and called 911. She believed police would arrive quickly and take control of the situation before anyone got hurt. While she was waiting for help, she began to smell smoke. At first, she thought it might be coming from the kitchen or another part of the house, but the smell grew stronger and thicker. She realized it was coming from upstairs. Panic set in. Without thinking about her own safety, she ran back up the stairs. When she reached the bedroom, she forced her way inside. What she saw is something no parent should ever have to witness. The room was on fire. Flames were coming from the closet, and the curtains near the bed were burning. Smoke filled the room, making it hard to breathe and see clearly. Gladys was lying on the bed and was not moving. Her mother attempted to put out the fire as best she could. She called out her daughter's name again and again, hoping for any sign of life. Gladys did not respond. She located blood near her daughter, though authorities have not confirmed where Gladys was injured or how she died. Firefighters arrived and rushed upstairs. They tried to pull her mother out of the room because the fire was spreading and the smoke was dangerous. She did not want to leave her daughter behind. She begged them to help Gladys. When firefighters moved Gladys from the bed, it became clear that she had died. Gladys was pronounced dead at the scene. Her unborn baby did not survive either. By that time, the man was gone. He quickly ran out of the house before police arrived.
It's going to be a hard time to tell her, a 3-year-old, that your mother was not only sleeping, then she's going to see her in a casket. And it's going to be something hard.
Again, the medical examiner ruling Gladys Johnson's death a homicide. Now, it is still very early in the investigation here, but we do know police and fire responded to her mother's home just before 11:30 Monday night, where there was a fire. Right now, it's not clear whether the fire and Gladys Johnson's death are connected. Michelle Johnson tells me she is the one who found her daughter's body in an upstairs bedroom.
I found her. I didn't want her to burn up, and God had my back. He had my back, but he still took her and her baby, but she's in heaven with my mom. And she's watching down on me, but now I got to stand up for her baby. I have to raise my child with my other daughters.
Police later arrested a 21-year-old man nearby on arson charges. Investigators say the fire was intentionally set and that a gun was involved earlier in the incident. Authorities have not released the man's identity, and his name has not been made public because formal charges related to Gladys' death have not yet been filed. The Milwaukee Medical Examiner's Office ruled Gladys Johnson's death a homicide. However, the exact cause of death has not been publicly released. Police have not confirmed whether she was shot or killed in another way. Investigators say the case remains ongoing, and police and fire officials are working together to understand exactly what happened inside the bedroom before the fire started. Gladys' 3-year-old daughter was not physically harmed, but her life has been changed forever. She lost her mother and her unborn brother in a single night. Gladys' mother is now raising her granddaughter while grieving the loss of her daughter and unborn grandson. She has spoken about how painful it will be to explain death to a child so young and how difficult it will be to help her understand why her mother is not coming back. Family members say Gladys always put her children first. They say she was trying to do the right thing by leaving a situation that scared her and returning home for safety. They believe she was doing everything she could to protect herself and her children. The community has responded with shock, sadness, and calls for justice. Neighbors and friends have shared condolences and support. A GoFundMe has been created by her mother to help cover funeral expenses and support Gladys' daughter as she grows up without her mother. As this case continues to unfold, Gladys Johnson's family is left trying to survive a loss that never should have happened. A young woman who was simply trying to protect herself and her children is gone. An unborn baby boy never got the...
Wow. You see? That's fucked up, ain't it? Hell yeah. Did you catch that? Did you see that? Believe that? You see Proverbs chapter 15. Proverbs 15 and verse 3. Proverbs chapter 15 and 3. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh are in every place. You see? You know, beholding the evil and the good. That's the key. That's the point. You see? See? Heavenly Father, He's controlling everything. Pertaining to what? The evil and the good. You see? See? This bitch got sacrificed, bro. You know, you dig? You know what I mean? You see? Verse 7. Proverbs 15 and verse 7. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge. Exactly. You see? She wasn't too wise, man. Hell fuck no, man. She had a smart ass mouth, man. You can see it. You see? Why the fuck you went with the daddy? Exactly. She's running her goddamn mouth, man. You see? Probably very disrespectful, man. Evil and wicked and funky and nasty and ugly acting. You see? A wise woman, she know how to shut the fuck up, man. Period, man. You understand? You see? She probably was taking that nigga to the friend of court. Child support. Who knows, bro? You see? Proverbs 15. Proverbs chapter 15 and 7. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge. You see? But the heart of the foolish doeth not so. Ooh. You see? The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh. Exactly. You see? And this bitch was wicked, man. I don't give a fuck, man. If she wasn't, why the hell me father put her ass to death? And that evil ass baby inside her stomach. You see? They got burnt the fuck up, man. They was sacrificed. Ooh. Because of the evilness and wickedness, the wickedness and evilness. You see, the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh. You see, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. Ooh, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. You see, and we constantly, continuously, consistently praying to the Heavenly Father, man. Hell yeah, man, because we don't want to get took out by the 2/3. You see? There's one in every family. There's one in every family. That evil ass weave head hole you laying up with. You gotta watch these bitches. Did you see that shit? You see? See? So-called black woman, man, she'll do your ass in, man. She'll do your ass something dirty. You see? And Heavenly Father put a spirit, man, an evil spirit, I believe, on her child's father to put her motherfucking ass to death. You see? Like to say, call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All praise, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala, Prince of Power, yeah, Jerusalem, we up. Yeah, Jerusalem, we up. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All praise, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Shout out Israelite foreigners, specular birds, you strangers that look like a Mr. Paleface, that look like a Edomite, that look like a red Hebrew Edomite. Peace, love to you. Peace, love to you. Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect, the women and men, children, is going to make it to the kingdom. The brothers, apostles, and elders, and watchmen, and servants, and prophets, a great millstone, who I learned this truth from only through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All praise Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, you brothers and sisters was edified. You see? Remember what Ezekiel said? He said maidens and women. Think about that. Did you see that? Believe that. You see? Think about that. He said maidens. He said maids and women. So that means he mentioned women twice. But you hoes are too stubborn, disobedient, very rebellious, tremendously, enormously, abundantly. I don't need no man. I ain't got to serve no man. That's going to be your demise. You see?
Chance to take his first breath, and a 3-year-old little girl must now grow up with memories shaped by absence, grief, and unanswered questions. For Gladys's mother, every day is now about carrying on for her granddaughter while carrying the weight of what she witnessed that night. She is not only mourning her daughter, but also stepping into the role of protector and parent once again, determined to give her granddaughter the love and stability Gladys would have wanted for her.
Police arrested that suspect about a mile away at a home on 29th Street less than 20 minutes later, according to booking records. Now, multiple searches show the 21-year-old suspect does not have a criminal history in Wisconsin. And not only do police suspect him of setting that fire, booking records also show he's being held on suspicion of first-degree intentional homicide. Now, Johnson's cause of death is yet to be determined, and court records show the suspect and victim share a 3-year-old child. Sadly, Blake, that 3-year-old may have witnessed what happened to her mother.
The family is still waiting for full answers from investigators, still waiting to understand exactly what happened inside that bedroom, and still waiting for accountability. They say justice will not bring Gladys back, but it is the only thing that can bring even a small sense of peace. Gladys Johnson will be remembered not for how her life ended, but for how she lived. She was a loving mother, a devoted daughter, and a light to the people who knew her.
They always like to say she was a good woman. She was a loving mother. She was so loving and caring. They always say that shit. You see? Don't be deceived by no motherfucking smile and big ass and big titties. You see, these bitches are wicked. Didn't I read it? You see? This bitch was wicked. She got sacrificed. And that evil ass crumb snatcher. You see? See? You can't believe no shit like that. She was such a loving and caring, lovely young lady, a good mother. No, the fuck she wasn't. You see, she had a husband. She ditched that nigga. She disregarded that nigga. You see, and Heavenly Father put an evil spirit in that motherfucker to put her ass to death. And that evil ass crumb snatcher. You see?